Welcome to the Rustic Garden. Today is September 30th and I want to give you a tour of my garden. I'm pretty much transitioning over to cool weather crops. I'm going to show you a whole lot of things that are going on now for the cool weather. Now, cool weather crops love 40 to 50 degree nights. They enjoy 60 to 70 degree days, and they can actually freeze and take a light frost in some cases. So what you want is a period of time where you've got the cool weather, maybe some frost comes in, but you don't get consecutive nights of deep freezes. The deep freezes are what cause the problems for your cool weather crops. They just can't take that. Got some kale back there on the right, broccoli or cauliflower right there. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage need about 75 days to mature. Your other greens like radishes, spinach, lettuces need about, 45 days. Different varieties of greens may need a little bit more. This is a tomato plant that I cleaned up and saved with the hopes that I would get more tomatoes, and I've been getting tomatoes off of there. There's a little tiny one left back there. But if the green ones don't mature, I'm going to have fried green tomatoes. Coming over here, you can see more kale, broccoli or cauliflower right there, cabbages down in the corner. And again, the cool weather crops can be planted in the spring and fall in many areas. There's another tomato that I've been taking care of. One's ripening right down there, and have green tomatoes. So again, fried green tomatoes if I need them. Because they don't mature. This is my sweet potato area. I got two containers of sweet potatoes. I'll be doing a harvesting video on there. Over here is my Crescent garden self-watering container. And I've actually been growing okra in there, and I've been harvesting it regularly. I actually just break it off and eat it. It's delicious. I didn't really start growing okra till last year because I always thought, it's slimy, you're not going to like it, but I love it. It's really, really good. Some lettuce right in there. You can see how nicely it's doing. You can grow your lettuce tightly together and just cut the leaves off. That's not to grow to a full head size, but leaves, I'll just be taking the leaves for my salads as I want them. Over on this side are mostly my greens, so my containers are being transitioned over. That's a Chinese cabbage, an endive, beets actually just for the greens, and some more lettuce. Radishes down there, you can grow radishes in containers. You need about 4 inches of depth. But you can see all the different greens have been put in there. And again, generally speaking, your leafy greens take 45 days or so, maybe 60 if they're the Chinese cabbages, to mature. So you can't have deep consecutive freezes day after day. That will kill them out. Radishes can take 25 to 40 days. Over here, some more cool weather crops growing in that self-watering container. This is the Seychelle Beans. I did a video on these that really highlighted what they are, but they've just been producing like crazy. I don't know if I'm on the 6th production of beans or whatever, but I come up here and just take handfuls off. These plants are a little more beat up, but when we get to the ground plants, you're going to see the same variety doing really, really well. So let me go down, show you what's going on down here. I'm also going to do a harvest video and pull out all the stuff that I'm going to use this weekend. I feel like I had a really successful garden this year. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos and be part of it. I really enjoy seeing your comments and commenting back and interacting with you all. Gardening is a global activity, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. My container zucchini, or my container eggplant, did really well. These are warm weather crops, so the cold's starting to beat them up, but you can see I'm still getting eggplant. Over here are my hot peppers. I'll harvest some of them out today. The poblanos, the anchos are doing really well. I might pick them smaller because, again, the cold is starting to roll in. A light frost will kill off your tomatoes and your pepper plants usually. These are my 2-pound tomatoes. I feel like my garden was successful. The tomatoes didn't do that great. I still got a lot, but diseases really hampered them. This was a section of tomato plants that were supposed to bring me 1 to 2 pound tomatoes, and I got some large tomatoes, but not enough. But the disease really knocked these back, and I did a video on burying the stems, the vines, into the ground, and that idea is to really let the parts of the plant that died off die away, but the newly planted stems send up more greenery, more tomatoes, and you start getting production stems. Well, it worked. I have a lot of green tomatoes on there and ripe tomatoes that I've been harvesting and using mostly for Saturday bagels. We do sliced tomatoes and we put them right on the bagel, and they did really well. This bunch right here came up from a vine that we buried in the ground several weeks ago. One of the issues that I'm dealing with is I can see them now, there's just aphids everywhere. They can wash off with water, but I stopped really taking care of these because it's the end of the season and the aphids took over. All in here are my midnight snack tomatoes, and you can see there's a lot of tomatoes that are ready to pick. I'll be taking those off. Back over across this way, got asparagus there. I have spaghetti squash covered in powdery mildew, but some of it's still flowering. I can see one right there behind the post. I'll be harvesting that. And I got a lot of, you can see the burgundy color of these purple potted green beans. I'll show you on the other side how I'm saving seed. Well, let's go over to the sweet peppers and I'll show you what's there. Oh wait, one more thing. In this space right here, growing on the posts, those are hop vines. So I'm just establishing them this year, and next year I'm gonna have to figure out how to put in 18-foot posts here so that I can grow hops, because I'm gonna be doing beer videos, and one batch that I'm gonna be making is with jalapeno peppers. But I figured, heck, if I wanna connect this to the rusted garden, let me grow my own hops, so I'm giving that a try. Here are the other Seychelle whole beans, the green beans, and you can see just how well they're doing. I just come out here and harvest handfuls of them and have them with dinner. All right, let's get over to the green peppers. So although my tomatoes struggled, the peppers did really, really well this year. There are just tons of sweet peppers still in here. So many that I've been eating them as quick as I can. I've been giving them away. Still producing, so I'm gonna harvest a lot of these. I'll show you what's coming out of here. Okay, let's go back to the other raised beds. More container tomatoes. These actually were cut back to just a single, just a little stem about this much in the ground, and they've grown back. So they've done really, really well. They are covered in aphids. I just did a video on it, but if you can see the white flecks on there, aphids are all over the place. And if you don't inspect your garden every, or 2 to 3 times a week, you're gonna have these infestations that happen. That's what's been happening with these. Look at all those green beans. So more tomatoes coming. May not get ripe because the cool weather's coming, but I'll have plenty of fried green tomatoes. More containers with different kale in there. I think that's probably, what is that? That is a broccoli back there. Coming across this way, you can see a raised bed that I need to figure out where I'm going to put that. My wife's going to kill me. Coming over here, I have different zucchini plants still around. There's a zucchini back there that I can make some zucchini parmesan out of. But I'm really holding those to collect seeds. So you let a zucchini get to full mature size, let it turn orange yellow, and then you harvest the seeds out. Let me get in here real quick. You can see back to the right under the chicken wire are blueberries. I plan to do a video on that. American flag leeks, and these are radishes that I'm letting turn to seed. You can see some flowers in the middle. Just let them turn. Just let them grow, really. They'll grow flowers, and then you'll start getting seed from them, and you can harvest that. Now they will actually produce pods right beneath the flowers, and if you pick them when they're immature, you can put them right into your salads, and you'll get a radish flavor in there. Or just let them fully mature, and you'll have plenty of radish seeds. Have more asparagus. That's actually really, really green for October. They started producing again 3-4 weeks ago, so I picked a couple more asparagus spears, but now I just want to let them grow, do their thing, reestablish. Yard-long beans that are absolutely delicious, very productive, and you just cut them, take them off the vine, cut them into 4 to 6 inch length, and cook them like regular green beans. Really, really delicious. Okra right in here. You can see some of my beans have been left on the vine to dry. That's how I'm collecting seeds. Let me take a walk to the other side here. Cayenne peppers, jalapeno peppers still growing in some sunken containers. Transition these beds over to the cool weather crops. Again, they can take a light freeze, so get some into the ground. Different Chinese cabbages, leafy greens, bunch of radishes, probably 8 or 9 different varieties. This is a rattlesnake pole bean that is doing really, really well. And over here, I'm going to actually be burying rotten bananas, eggshells, and showing you how to create a compost hole for your garden. Coming back across this way, there's my whole work area that shouldn't be in the video. The fig tree is doing really, really well. I covered it over the winter, and if you look carefully, you can see some figs in there that I'll be harvesting. More okra, different kinds of varieties. Look how tall that one is. That one just started producing. And these are my purple potted green beans that I'll be selling next year. Just leave them on the vine, and when the fall comes, the cool winds come, which you probably have been hearing through this whole video, They're dry, they're ready to go, and I'll be bagging those and saving those for next year. I was going to say, hope you enjoyed the video, but let me actually get to the harvest and show you what I pull out of this garden. Here's just what it looks like from the other side, and you can see lots of flowers blooming. This is the second wave of flowers, which I like having throughout my garden just to attract pollinators in. Okay, let's get to harvesting. So here's today's harvest: tomatoes, green beans, eggplant, hot peppers, really hot peppers, habaneros, Scotch bonnet, midnight snack cherry tomatoes, green beans, sweet peppers. I got okra, figs right in there, leeks, zucchini. A really nice harvest for the weekend. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, vegetable plants want to grow and a garden wants to give. I hope you give gardening a try. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching.